Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Wasn't going to make this video. I've been ignoring what I'm about to show you for over a month. But I had someone reach out to me over the weekend and they were all upset. And, I guess they've only been following me for so long, so they didn't realize there's a person out there that's continually putting out false information and slandering me. And you guys, I don't think you realize what I've gone through doing this for 5 years, getting death threats in the mail, getting harassed, being bothered by the police, having my house burglarized, having my house crashed into, having the FBI come here and lie about me. I try to not talk about any of that. Well, I bring it up just because it's happening, but I don't tend to dwell on it, and I just try to stay focused on the work that I do. But what's sad is, the misinformation gets put out there, and then people believe it. They just believe it without even thinking or having any information. And, the person who was fooled by what I'm about to respond to, she's a woman. And, anyway, she was just so emotional and I can't believe that you're a shill. And I'm just like, oh my God. You're taking the information of somebody who's literally accused me of being the Boston Marathon bomber, the leader of the ADL, and about 1,000 other people. He's someone that says I'm an artificial intelligence and I'm simulated. So anyway, I just want you to see how psychotic this person is. And, yo, Bobby, if you're out there, man, you don't got to call back every 5 minutes, bro. I'm going to do a live stream right now. You can call me in a moment. But here, I'm just going to play this guy's recordings. All of these recordings are from the night of August 4th. August 4th. I want you to hear how many times he called. I'm going to play all these recordings from Truly a Psychotic. And hold on, I'm going to count here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 recordings left in the middle of the night, back to back to back, August 4th. And since then he's made videos, slandering me. But here, in the video he's making, he's saying that I'm making death threats against him. I have not made a single death threat against this guy. All I ever texted back is, I want to help you. But here, let's just listen to this guy in his own words. Here we go.
It was the passions about whose origins we had deceived ourselves, which were tyrannizing so strangely over us.
Okay, so that's the first message, and he sounds like he's reading from a book. I'm not even sure what he's honestly referring to there. Piece of literature, I don't know. So that's the first recording he leaves. But then here's the second one. So he follows that up just moments later. He calls back and he leaves this message.
Zachary Hubbard, you're a weak link in a criminal organization. Your boss is going to be pissed. My name is Jason James Bickford. I live in Broomfield, Colorado, and I'm going to come and fuck up the rest of your life. And you can guarantee it, because I have absolutely nothing to lose. And I know who you are. You don't even know who you work for. That's the best part. I'm going to let you know about that right before I fucking slit your throat.
Okay, so that's message 2 of 9. And he's just talking nonsense. I don't know who I work for. I know who I don't work for. I don't work for anybody. I work for myself. I work on behalf of the people. For 5 years, pumped out a lot of very important information that helped a lot of people wake up to a very serious agenda. And by the way, who this guy is just a loser, a reject. The truth of this guy is, years ago, somebody left a comment on my blog, Free to Find Truth, and they said, hey, you should check out this guy's channel. He does good work. So I went over there and watched a video, and I was impressed with his video editing skills, and I left him a nice compliment. I said, hey, very cool video you made. And I said, if you'd ever like to work together, this is my channel. And I was just taking that off the tip of somebody who followed my work, and he left some nasty reply back, and I was like, okay. I complimented you and asked if you want to work together, and you're going to insult me? Okay. And then next thing I knew, he just started trolling and attacking me, and I was like, this is really weird. Somebody told me I should check out his work, so I watch a video, I leave him a compliment, and then ever since then, this guy's probably made about 100 videos about me, every single video, just false accusations. So here's message 3 of 9.
Hey, there, truth seeker. You got fucking 2 hours to take those videos down, or I'm coming to Seattle area. I'm coming to see you, Zach. I'm not fucking playing around. Take the videos down. Stop slandering me. And I'll let you have your private little corner of the web. But if you keep the sheeny curse going on that you have, I'm going to kill you with my bare hands. This is your last warning, Jack. Go ahead and call the cops. Play this for them. Do whatever you got to do. But your curse is coming to an end.
Okay, so that's message 3 and 9. If you know who this guy is, he's not physically intimidating at all. So it's kind of funny the threats he's making. But, and realize he left all these messages the night of August 4th. So that was message 3 of 9. Let's go back. Let's keep plugging through. But what's just pathetic about this guy is after he did all this, then he went out and made videos saying that I'm making death threats against him. It's like, dude, but that is exactly how backwards everything's been with this guy. He accuses me of being everything that he might be. And, what I find interesting is how many people have made videos and just put it out there publicly who they are and what their threats are. They know that, police and government aren't going to do anything about it. They're not, Went through this with checkerboard mask guy. So hold on. All right, here's 4 of 9.
Hi, my name is Lupita. I'm calling for one.
What's wrong one? That's the wrong one. Hit the wrong button. That's my dental office. Hold on. 4 of 9. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Lupita. I'm calling for one.
What in the world? Is it a glitch in the system? These are from August 4th. I don't know if it starts screwing up, but I know I am clicking on the right one. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's try this again, see if it messes up again.
Hey, Zach. Slander is not that serious of a crime. If you want to keep committing slander by leaving that video up on the several pages you run on YouTube, that's fine by me. If you want to continue to launder money through Patreon, that's fine by me as well. I mean, I don't really give a fuck now that I reported it to the IRS. Yeah. Money laundering, slander. You could remove the curse, Zach, by deleting a few videos. Show me a little good faith, delete some videos, and I won't take that train out to the vineyard.
So I got to assume as he's leaving these voicemails, he's absolutely wasted because he's not making any sense. Delete what videos? What videos is he talking about? Money laundering? He made a video saying that my Patreon is me money laundering. Does that make any sense? Patreon's based on your subscriber amount and how much people pledge. There's no money laundering. And slandering, I mean, we're listening to the guy who's made 100 videos about me that are all false, spreading false information. And I'm the guy who fucking ignores this guy, I finally made a video just like, look, this guy, what pissed me off is when he made a video showing that he was the person who hacked all my accounts, more than a year ago. He actually had the balls to upload a video showing my accounts logged into on his own computer, which means he's the guy who hacked. And that's also how he got my phone number, So it's not like I ever gave him my phone number. But 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was 4 of 9. He left 5 more messages after that. So anyway, just going to put it all out here so people know.
Hey, Zach. Slander is not that serious of a crime. If you want to keep committing slander by leaving that video up on the several pages you run on YouTube, that's fine by me. If you want to continue to launder money through Patreon, That's fine by me as well. I mean, I don't really give a fuck now that I reported it to the IRS.
All right, hold on. For some reason, that's the same one as the last one. For some reason, all right, let's try this one out.
Hey, Zach. Slander is...
I don't know why it's screwing up. Maybe it's because they're older, because I'm clicking on a different one, but then it's playing the last recording. All right, here, let's just go on to the next one.
Hey, Zach. Slander is not that serious of a crime if you want to keep...
Well, that's really weird, because I'm going to the next recording, but it keeps playing this, going back and playing that same one. I don't know why it's doing that. Here, let's try another.
Hey, Zach, I am really grateful that you cleared up some voicemail space for me, personally. I do take that personally. By the way, my name's Jason James Bickford.
Actually, I paused that because that was actually something I thought about. I was like, how did this dude leave all these voicemails anyway? Because my voicemail box is full. See, that's the part that actually creeps me out. Nobody was able to leave a voicemail, but somehow he was able to leave a whole string of them, and then he makes that comment there, hey, thanks for clearing out some space on your voicemail so I could leave these messages, because that's the part that I was even thinking. I was like, how's he even doing this? I mean, my voicemail box has been full forever, and I don't delete it on purpose because I don't get back to voicemail, so it might as well be all full. But that's just what I mean. This dude's a hacker, and I just wonder, like, who this guy really is. Like, how the hell did he even clear out the space to leave these crazy recordings?
Wow, that's over 6 figures. Yeah, that's impressive. It doesn't take long to find this hidden money. Please, Zach, call the cops. Tell them I've threatened you. Let them get a hold of me or whatever they got to do, and then we'll talk about why I've made this kerfluffle. So we can talk about you, Zachary Keith Hubbard. Or is it Van Hubbard? Keith Hubbard. Funny how you accuse me of doing the things that you're legally guilty of. Anyway, yeah, Zach. I hope it's starting to sink in. You're fucking done. So am I. I'm going to help you come down with me. Call the cops. Let's do this.
So, I mean, you can hear in his own words, he's the definition of a loser. He's upset about his circumstance, so he wants to take me down with him. Okay. And what did I ever do to him? Nothing. I offered to work with him once upon a time, and the time he's been texting me death threats, all I've texted back is, call me back, let's talk, I want to help you, So, the real problem, I think, with this guy, if he's not some government agent, is I think it's just jealousy. And part of the reason he doesn't have a following is because he's an idiot. He used the word guarantee 3 times that the Super Bowl was going to blow up and everybody was going to die. 3 times, 3 years in a row, guaranteed that everyone would die at the Super Bowl. Sorry, when you spread that kind of fear-mongering and you're that wrong 3 years in a row, no wonder no one follows you. But then he probably looks at a guy like Retard from Boston, who that's all he does is just fearmonger. But the thing about Retard from Boston is he had 10,000 subscribers after 7 years. He'd still have 10,000 subscribers if he didn't buy his subs. And that's just a fact. Richie from Boston only elevated above 10,000 subscribers when he guaranteed he was going to pass me, which would have never happened because his content's absolutely fucking worthless if he hadn't bought his subs. And there is something behind Richie from Boston. It's not just Retard from Boston. He's part of the YouTube shill network. He's one of the 10 people who put out a video the day after my house was crashed into saying it was a hoax and putting my address out there, as did this clown. So that's why I just look at all these, idiots in this community. To me, it just seems like they're an organized gang of misinformation and fear-mongering and attacking channels that aren't part of their network. Here. Psychopath left a few more messages. Here we go.
Hey, Zach, I am really grateful that you cleared up some voicemail space for.
I don't know why it does that. Huh. It's got to be because it's old or something, because I'm going to the next message, but then it's playing the last recording we already listened to. There we go.
Zach, it's almost 2:30 in the morning. Where's the police? Why haven't you called them on me? I can't wait to talk to the police about you. That's all right. All right. You know what? We can do it together. I'll come up there and I'll come talk to you. Okay? So I'm just outside Denver. I'll be there in a couple days. See you soon.
So realize all these recordings were left August 4th. So, he said, I'll see you soon. I'll be there in a couple days. Well, how many days later is it? From August 4th to today is what? Nearly 40 days later. I couldn't get some of these to play again. He's got more recordings here.
Zach, it's almost 2:30 in the morning. Where's the...
Oh, well. Anyway, you get the point. The guy called 9 times in a row, left a bunch of, psychotic messages based in nothing. And then, after not getting me to play along with his game, then he goes out and he posts this video right here. The Gematria Scam Part 1. So let's just watch his, well, you know what? I'm actually not going to watch his video because now I remember what YouTube did to me. Before, when I showed the clip of him, so I've gotten 2 strikes in YouTube for copyright for showing videos made about me. One was showing, the checkerboard man making a threat against me for Christmas Eve. I put up that video clip, and then what happened to my house on Christmas Eve 2016. YouTube struck me for using copyrighted content. You notice that guy's channel's still up. I'm on my 18th channel. A guy makes a threat against somebody, and somebody, documents it, and then, I got the punishment from Google. So it just shows you what Google is. And that person who wears the checkerboard mask, he's been on YouTube harassing people for more than a decade. There's people complaining about that person. Somebody made a video over 10 years ago about how that same person mailed them a dead cat in the mail, and I 100% believe it because that same person also made a story about me on New Year's Eve right after the car crash about me and a dead squirrel, and the next thing I had a dead squirrel right up by my door the next day after he made that video. So these people are part of a network, harassment. I was going to show this video and go over it. Everything in this video was false. I'll just tell you what's in this video. So he goes through, he paid for like one of those $15 searches to get a report on somebody, which anyone can do. But and if you, here's what we'll do though, because he pins the post. So this is where he got the report that he paid for, and then he made it so everyone can look at it. And if you just scroll down to the bottom of the report, the disclaimer, let's go down to the disclaimer. While we are constantly updating and refining our database and service, we do not represent or warrant that the results provided will be 100% accurate and up to date. Been Verified Incorporated is a database of publicly available sources of information aggregated for your convenience. Been Verified Inc. does not provide private investigator services, and this information should not be used for employment, tenant screening, or any FCRA-related purposes. So anyway, what he did is he took one of these reports, which grabs information from people named Zachary Hubbard and puts it all in one report. So, here, let's just go through it, because this is the information he presents. So some of this stuff is true. Some of these, some of these addresses are correct. Absolutely. So some of these people on this list are people in my family. Some of them are not. And, so anyway, and I don't know how it gets some information correct and some not. Again, it's probably because it's pooling from different people, Zachary Hubbard, based on the search results. There's more than one Zachary Hubbard that lives in Washington State. So anyway, has all this information. So he starts going through here and he starts looking at these things. He's like, oh, look at this. Zachary Hubbard worked for Nano Hearing Technologies. And it's like, well, I didn't, first of all, but what the fuck can you imply from that anyway? even if I did work for Nano Hearing Technologies, which I didn't, I've been very truthful about my work history. Out of school, I worked in real estate appraisals. I've told that story many times. I didn't like what I was doing. It paid well. I went back to school. I got my master's in teaching. In that time, I worked in a group home, a teen homeless shelter. Then I went into working at a public school, a private school. So that's my background. And since 2013, I've been here nonstop every single day, pumping out this knowledge. Worked at an autistic children's home. These are the jobs I've had. But anyway, he's going through here like, ooh, look at that. Nano hearing technologies. Sounds like he works for the New World Order. Ooh, kaleidoscope, technology consulting intern. Sorry, these aren't my jobs. Never done any of this. Marketing services intern. But he makes it seem like it's some big deal. And some woman watched this and this got her all upset that I must be a shill. None of these things are connected to me. Arizona Label and Packaging. I did go to school at Arizona State University, but I never worked at Arizona Label and Packaging. I bet you this is probably the other Zachary Hubbard that was at ASU while I was there. I wasn't even the only Zachary Hubbard when I was at ASU. There were 50,000 students going there. There were 2 of us in the database with that name. Invisume, no idea what this is. Crawford and O'Brien LLC, no idea. Agile Wireless, Whitening Expressions, Metropolitan Real Estate. That's not the real estate company I work for. Digital marketing, AB&R. It's weird. My jobs aren't up there. So again, this is a mixture of information from people with the name Zachary Hubbard. Go pay for a $15 report about yourself from one of these things and see what comes up. And see if all of a sudden that you're like, oh, I bet you'll have the exact same experience. You'll be like, wait a minute. I didn't work at these places. That's not my address. That's not my family. So it does have the it has the wrong years, though. I went to ASU from 2001 to 2005. I wasn't there from 2013 to 17. Anyone can verify that from my YouTube videos. Did you ever see me in Arizona? Palm trees? No. So it does have the right university, but it has the wrong years. And maybe there's been another Zachary Hubbard that's gone there since. There was one there besides me while I was there. Desert Vista High School? Nope. I went to high school in Washington State. Nope. So anyway. Don't watch the work of true psychopaths and then, come and accuse me of being a shill because you saw somebody's slander video which makes no sense. From some jealous idiot who's guaranteed 3 times that the Super Bowl is going to blow up and everyone's going to die there. I think he also said the entire state of California was going to fall in the ocean for Super Bowl 50. So that's the genius who made this video. And the same guy who left all the voicemail recordings. Go read the comments on Patreon. Zach won't even respond. I'm just going to assume this is one of the trolls that... That's the other thing. I mean, that's what it is to be me. To deal with trolling 24/7, 365. People are mad because my football picks weren't the best this weekend because they broke even, which isn't good for me, obviously. But, the trolls have been waiting for almost 2 months to bitch about anything. Did they say anything about the past 40 days where it's been nothing but winning? We have one, break-even day, and then they're just all out everywhere. Everything just being spammed with how horrible I am at, picking games. Sorry, you fucking idiots. If you go 40 straight days of doing great and you have one, day that's just not very good, that's not a big fucking deal. In fact, that's better than anyone else is doing in the world. So please shut the fuck up. And I just get so sick of having to deal with all the fucking trolls. I don't think you guys understand that at the alphabet agencies, I have no doubt that there are rooms set up where fucking losers are in that room, and their whole job is to harass me and this movement every single fucking day. No doubt about it, because no one else is trolled 24/7, 365 on every platform they have. That's been my reality for how many years now? How many trolls are signed up on my Patreon? I probably get over $100 in revenue a month off of Patreon trolls, because there's a whole pack of them there that just live there. And it doesn't matter if you post a comment at any minute of the day, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, early in the morning, late in the evening. It doesn't matter what time you post it at. The pack of trolls are going to be there, all responding, all attacking, all liking each other's comments. I mean, who else is that motivated to work around the clock, 24/7, 365, all holidays? So, anyway. It's a fucking joke, man. And for all of you who fall for the trolling and the slandering that I have to deal with, you're not very smart people. I'm just going to be honest. You know, the woman I made this video for, you got to sharpen your game. You know? To be fooled by this piece of shit video from this fucking loser, you got to be pretty fucking dumb yourself. I'm just going to be real honest and blunt. So, anyway. Putting the facts down on the table. I'm sick of the trolls. I'm sick of the drama, too. I don't even want to be making this video. But, you know, the guy who runs the Daily Dose of Gematria page, honestly, if you're out there, Rich, sometimes I wonder about you. Because all it seems that you really care about is fighting with people and drama. And Rich is always texting me every latest slander and troll comments. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I know that I'm being trolled and slandered. It's going on all the time. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to focus on this work. Keep that out there. Anyone who's going to get fooled by the haters, well, then I guess they're just too dumb to worry about. So, yeah, the Daily Picks guy, and he called in one time, and he's got this little nasally yarmulke-wearing hat voice. No doubt what tribe he rolls with. So, anyway. Yeah. I mean, if you hear any bad information about me, I guarantee you the person giving that information is a fucking loser. Period. A Richie from Boston type of con man. And I get frustrated with how many of you guys can't see through Richie from fucking Boston. That guy is the biggest piece of shit on YouTube. He doesn't give a fuck about anything besides revenue and selling shit and scaring people. He is a fucking loser. Period. Retard from Boston. And he can't keep my name out of his mouth. Always making comments. That guy hasn't done a fucking thing for anybody. And he doesn't know a goddamn thing about the Bible. Any of you who follow him because you think he's a Christian, he doesn't know a fucking verse from the Bible. He's not a Christian. He just realized that when you tap into the people who are getting used to putting money in the sermon plate, that you get more revenue from them. That's Richie from Boston's the depth of his religion. Oh, if I say the name Jesus, the sheep are going to send me more money. Guaranteed. Go back and listen to Richie from Boston, the con man, where he got all pissed off. He did a live stream. For those of you who don't know, when you start up a live stream, sometimes there's a period where it doesn't show that you're live, but you're actually live. It doesn't show that you're live, so you don't know that you're live, but your stream's actually going out. Richie from Boston, the rapist, ODD Reality, and Nicholson 1968, probably another rapist. I wouldn't be surprised if all three of them are rapists, honestly. 3 con men, no doubt about it. They were on there talking about their scam. Oh, you hear the sound effects we got queued up? And then in the middle of their live stream, they run this scam like they're getting hacked, and Richie's playing the sound effects in the background and claiming his computer's on fire, and oh, it must be coming straight from CIA. I mean, and just such a fucking moron he is. To stay live on the air and tell people that your computer's on fire and it's being hacked, but somehow you're not being disconnected from the internet, and then to come back and ask for money, and then people being dumb enough to send money? I mean, God. If you think that's your Jesus follower truth seeker, then you're fucking dumb. I just gotta be real, you know? Almost everyone on YouTube is a fraud that's in the truth community, and that's just a fact. You know, almost everyone. You should know yours truly isn't. For 5 years, didn't ask for a dime, didn't have an ad on. The only reason there's even ads on any of my channels is because I thought, well, maybe if I put ads on it, they won't delete the channel. And so far, that strategy seems to have worked. But you just look at this truth community. It's a bunch of fearmongers, bullshitters, and people selling t-shirts. You know? Richie from Boston starts off every video, man, warning, man, something crazy's up. Are you prepared? You got your Richie from Boston snacks? He's like a really poor man's Alex Jones. So, and notice, no one in this community sharing the knowledge that actually proves and exposes the agenda. You got retard from Boston making 20 videos in the past couple years trying to take a shot at my work, probably more than 20. I only hear about it when it gets passed down to me. Oh, retard from Boston's talking about you again. Retard from Boston's putting down Gematria again. Retard from Boston, driving all over, talking bullshit out of his ass. You know, what's retard from Boston doing for the world? You know, driving a gas guzzler back and forth across the nation. Oh, that's good. That's good. Sending all your money to the oil cartels, polluting the roads. You know, probably spending all of his money at fast food joints and just talking bullshit. Sometimes, though, because I saw what happened for retard from Boston when he bought a subscriber, sometimes I think I should have done it too. Because then your work actually gets out there. Then people think all of a sudden your work's important. You know, when you have 10,000 subscribers after 7 years, as retard did, you know, that didn't help him out. But once he bought his subs and he quickly went from 10,000 to 100,000, and then 2 weeks later it was 200,000, and then before you knew it, 300,000, then all of a sudden people thought like, oh man, this guy, he must be onto something. Nope, never was onto anything. You know. So, and you know, that's just what you got to imagine. There's all these real shills out here that just do jack shit for this community, and nobody really goes after them. You know, like this guy's sitting here all night sending me death threats and making his 100th video slandering me. Why doesn't this idiot go after retard from Boston? It's because really, I know why. They're on the same team. They're on the same team. Those two guys were the same, two of the many people who made videos, you know, saying that the car crashing into my house was a hoax. And how can that be a hoax? I showed you that the house was wrecked. You know? Oh my. So. Alright, I'm done ranting. I'm just frustrated and annoyed, and it's maddening. You know, when somebody calls you all the time and you give them attention and you help them out, and then they call up one day and they're all mad at you, calling you a shill, and they can't believe that they've been fooled by you because they saw this video, it's just like, why am I even wasting time helping idiots like you? You know, how many hours of my life have you wasted on the phone calling and asking for all this information? Now you're going to have a breakdown and tell me I'm a shill because you saw some fucking loser's video? I mean... it's just maddening, man. It's maddening. Putting all this time and just one piece of shit comes through and lies, and then all of a sudden somebody's just fooled by that. I mean, it's why it's so easy for the powers that shouldn't be to control this society. You know, dumb people are easily deceived and led astray. And don't be one of those people. So... I see the question, ever hear from Jeff Doherty again? Honestly, I'm not interested in talking to Jeff Doherty anymore because the thing is, like, him and I get along fine when we talk, but I just realize when I'm not on his program, the message he's putting out there is just fucking shit. You know, just fucking garbage. He believes in the two-party system. He's all invested in politics. He likes Trump. He's defending Trump all the time. I'm just like, this guy's a sheep asleep, you know? He hasn't learned anything. So, and all that it is for him, I just see what Jeff Doherty's work is. He is mad that he was a religious man and he had a wife in the church, and his wife started sleeping with another man in the church, so he has all this hatred and resentment towards the church and religion because he realized it deceived him and it screwed him over in the end. So that's why his work is just so focused on that the church is bullshit, that religion's bullshit. And I don't disagree with him there, but that's the depth of his work. And then anything else he talks about is just like, never mind, I'm wasting my time with this guy. This guy is so in the Matrix, he can't escape the Matrix. And then he fired the other guy from his program. The other guy from his program was the better-minded guy. So I was like, yeah, see, his judgment shit. He got rid of the guy that was good from his show. You know, he thought the other guy had problems, ego problems, and did not... No, he was wrong. The other guy was the guy that he needed on his show. He was the guy who saw what was going on in the world. You know, Jeff Doherty, right about religion, wrong about everything else. So I'm not wasting my time with people who don't want to get it and people who want to just stay living in the Matrix. So it's not that I dislike him. It's just that he's not awake. I'm not going to waste my time with him anymore. And, yeah, so... I'm not going to say anything bad about Jeff Doherty. You know, if that sounded bad, what I just said about him, I don't mean for it to be bad. I'm just explaining why I'm not messing with him anymore. I think he's all right in terms of human beings. He's more awake than most people, but at the end of the day, it's just like, I'm wasting my time with you, man. I'm not wasting any more time. You want to keep talking about politics like it's real and tooting Trump's horn, then okay, we're in a different ball game. So. Yeah, Jay Campbell's who I'm talking about. Jay Campbell was the better half of those two, in my opinion. So he shouldn't have got rid of Jay Campbell. I think Jay Campbell, he could wake up a little bit more too. But he's more awake than Jeff, that's for sure. So. So the question about can I put up a channel on Gematria? I mean, that's why I put the work out here. You guys can share it with them. There's how many billion people in this world that I could get people privy to Gematria? It's just like people are either going to be receptive to it or not. So. Well, Martin Webb comes and says Jay Campbell's a shill for sure. I don't know about that. I mean, Martin Webb, you post a lot of things that I'm just like, I don't know about that either, man. So, you seem okay to me, Martin, but I know we definitely disagree on some things. I try not to call people shills unless they fucking are, okay? Like when I'm ranting about retard from Boston, to me, retard from Boston is everything wrong in the world. And it makes me sick how many of you guys like him. It just makes me think like, God, I have a lot of people who follow me who are fucking dumb. And I'm just going to be real. I mean, you got to be fucking dumb to think Richie from Boston's about the truth. I'm not here to make friends. I don't care if you unsubscribe. If you think Richie from Boston is a truth teller, you are fucking dumb. Period. End of conversation. That guy is the biggest shill on the platform. Horrible fraud. No ethics, no moral, just straight con man. Straight fearmonger to sell things. And actually, people have been sending me his videos recently, and anyway, just like when I'm at the gym, instead of listening to music, sometimes I've been listening to people's YouTubes. I've heard Richie from Boston kind of coming clean about who he is lately. He's like, man, if you pay attention, I'm alone. Nobody really likes me. Almost everyone hates me. It's like, yeah, I wonder why that is. Because you're a fucking con man. For those of you who don't know, the only video that Richie from Boston ever should have made about me was the first one he ever made where he thanked me. He thanked me for exposing the Oregon standoff hoax. And for those of you who don't know, I called the day the Oregon standoff hoax would end the day it would begin, which was a pretty remarkable prediction because I predicted it would end 41 days later on February 11th. It began on New Year's Day. And that's exactly what day it ended. One of many correct predictions over the years. And that's why I always hate when these fucking losers come around and go, well, not all your predictions are correct. No shit. Who can predict everything perfectly? Is there anyone in the world who can do that? The point is, I have been able to systematically show how this bullshit is contrived and call things dead on that shouldn't be possible, and do it at a pretty high rate. Higher than the best batting average in baseball. We'll put it that way. Okay? So, anyway, retard from Boston, that's where him and I got on the same page. And he made a video addressing my work. He said, I just found this guy. And this is back when he had like 8,000 subscribers. He said, I just found this guy Zachary K. Hubbard, and his work is mind-blowing. And man, I thought this whole Oregon thing was legit. I was about to drive out there and be a part of it, but now I realize I don't want to become part of the federal prison system. So I'm sending a thank you to Zachary K. Hubbard. And I was like, all right. Yeah, good for this guy. Then next thing I know, he's scamming people. And I was like, and the thing was around that time, so that's part of how our fallout happened. He was kind of throwing my name around and saying, I'm going to have Zachary K. Hubbard on as a guest. And then I saw him scamming people. I was like, no, keep my name out of your mouth. I don't want to be associated with the scammer. And that's where it all began. So... yeah, Dabu7, Professor Doom, all those guys are fucking losers. Dabu7 tried to get my channel deleted. So, yeah, RFG, another fraud with his Masonic compass on his shirt. All right, you guys. Instead of just ranting and being so negative, I realize energy is important. I'm putting out nothing but negative energy right now. I do apologize, but sometimes I just have to rant and let you guys see how I really feel about dealing with this bullshit every day, which for the most part, I don't even mention. But it is. It's the worst part about this. Dealing with all the bullshit, you know? How do you think my girl feels about some psychopath leaving 100 voicemails in the night that he's going to come slit my throat? How do you think that goes over, you know? Doesn't go over very well. So, but I just realized I'm numb to death threats. I've gotten so many death threats since 2014 that I just don't even give a shit anymore. I just laugh at them. And also from Jason James Bickford. I mean, come on, dude. You weigh like 60 pounds. You're like the real Adam Lanza. You're not going to do jack shit, buddy. So, anyway. My camera froze. What I do want to say is the website's getting built to unite the truth movement. There's a lot of lonely people in the world. There's a lot of people that need to be connected. Synergy needs to happen. So, to go out on a positive note, very excited about the website. I really hope you guys use it because it's very expensive. This is a big investment, and I was just trying to think, you guys have given me a lot in the last year. What's something big I can do backwards that'll help you guys in the same way you've helped me and help get this ball rolling? Because the goal is still to get more people involved, to turn this into a real Gematria news network, and to wake up the sleeping masses so that we can end the tyranny. And that's getting harder and harder to do each day with the censorship and the programming of the populace. You know? You see what the mainstream's doing right now. So that's the thing. That's why I want to show you this video. I want to show you this video, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. This guy says that I'm a terrorist, and he says that, you know, the recent story about how the FBI is classifying online people speaking out as terrorists. He's saying that I'm one of those terrorists, and I'm one of those people. And again, that's also what makes me wonder if that guy himself is government. So. The website's not built yet. I'll give you, and when the website is built and the address is there, trust me, I'll be linking it everywhere. It'll be the first video made when it's done. So the project's in motion. I'm just waiting till they tell me it's complete and ready to roll. And I'm still debating on what name I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use Free to Find Truth. I can't use All for Truth, which I really liked because that was taken by the last group of people I paid to build the website, where I didn't do my due diligence and I got ripped off by some scammers. But this time that won't happen, and I might just go with the name Free to Find Truth for this this website. So I already pay for that domain. I have that domain. I always like that name. The website's going to be 100% free, and people should be free to find the truth. So. Yeah, he says I'm Dozakar Sarnayev and 1,000 other people too, so. Anyway, good news is coming. Just had to get a rant out of my system, and yeah, I mean, it really does annoy me that so many people are fooled by crap like this. And seriously, if you guys think that this report of my jobs and everything is real, go pay one of those $15 websites to do a report on yourself and see what comes back. I bet you anything there'll be a whole lot of information mixed in on your report that has nothing to do with you. So, and if you do want to go watch this video, what is true in this report is, yes, my arrest date on March 7th is real. I've already told that story. That's no secret to anybody. I told everybody when I got arrested. That was some bullshit I had to deal with in my life. After my house got burglarized, my neighbor across the street disappeared out of town for 2 weeks, who never went anywhere, who I had just recently helped out, and helped him out financially in a big way. And he disappeared the day my house got burglarized. He comes back 2 weeks later, a guy who never goes anywhere, and he comes back with a brand new vehicle, the exact same vehicle I have, make, model, and color. And I was like, what in the world? Plus the dude was out of work at the time. And when he came back and I saw that, I said, you know, man, it's not hard to see that you have something to do with the burglary of my house. And I said, why don't you bring back whatever you have left after buying this truck? And next thing I knew, I had 2 cops knocking at my door, letting me know he filed a restraining order. And then for months after that, I had to deal with harassment from him. He lived directly across the street, honking the horn on his truck, waving at me, flipping me off. That happened in November. It came to a head March 7th, 2015, when I was outside, and he started talking at me from across the street. So, anyway, police showed up. I told them exactly what went down, and I got arrested. Just remind you how bullshit this system is. So anyway, in his report, he does show my arrest, and he goes, oh, see, Zach violates restraining orders. And I'm just like, yeah, I did violate a restraining order because I had to deal with some serious bullshit that most people probably would have never been able to put up with. I endured it for 4 months. Imagine being outside working on your yard and some asshole coming out and fucking with you, and you tell him to go back inside his house, and next thing you know, the cops show up and arrest you. That's just called bullshit. So, anyway, that's the world we live in, and there are a lot of bullshitters out there. I'm not one of them. We'll leave it there. Until next time.